Hello everyone, this is Kerri from Razor Sharp Crafts, and this is going to be part 7. We're rolling these out. Too bad we're like not even halfway done. Of our mini album, and I'm going to try to just get going with this because I got about 20 to 30 minutes before my son gets home from school. So, all of these tutorials can be found on minialbumscraps.ning.com under the tutorials tab. It's free to join, so I'm not trying to get you to spend any money. Once you join, you'll be able to see the tabs across the top, and you just click on tutorials. They're all listed there. RazorSharpCrafts.blogspot.com is my blog. Please go check it out and follow me there, because I'm trying to get my blog beefed up and get some followers on there, and I got some projects on there that I didn't video, so you might want to check those out as well. So, alright, let's get to this. Now I know just a few minutes ago when I ended the video I said that this next one was going to be funny for me to watch, but I decided to do the main bit of the cutting off screen because I suck at freehand cutting and I had to do this freehand. If you have an on the edge die, it'd be perfect for this if they're this big. I don't know if they're this big or not, but what I did, and you're gonna laugh, I used the butt end of my ATG gun and I just put it about where I wanted on the paper, and I measured it and drew a line and did the same on this side. Drew a line, made sure they were level, erased it and got it till they were level. Did a few tries, but got it to where they were straight across to the best. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. And then because your pattern paper is cut a little bit smaller than this to leave your little edges, what I did is I took the craft that I'd cut out and I taped it to the very top of the pattern paper, and if you look on the sides, I left it, I just measured it so that it was, the pattern paper was centered, and then I just cut around it and it seemed to turn out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's good. So, we're going to go ahead and cut the corners off of, this is going to be a pocket on the page. I'm going to go ahead and cut these corners off. If you're going to use an X-Acto knife like I did, like for this, for cutting the circles out of the top of these, for fussy cutting, you always want to make sure you have a really sharp blade. Like for some reason this blade keeps moving on me. This isn't the one I normally use. This is my We Are Memory Keepers one. I normally use my X-Acto one, this one, but I actually broke the tip off of this one the other day. Like if you look, it's not pointed. It's more rounded because I broke the tip off of it. I don't remember what I was doing, but it broke. So, fold the sides of your pockets in, and in. Now when you fold it, it goes into your design. Not a big deal because we're going to be tucking pattern paper behind this pocket, so it'll cover that right up. So don't, if you want to cut it off, you can. It's completely up to you. I'm not going to because it'll cover up. You won't even know it. Cutting it off just creates a little extra work. A little less secure that the top of the pocket's going to be. Distressing. Check the time. Ooh, I gotta hurry. I got 10:30 here right now. My son gets off the bus at just a few minutes before 11 usually. I'm just inking my edges all up. seems like the little man's still sleeping, so that's good. If my 4-year-old would let me craft, I'd probably get more done. But if I'm up here, he comes up and he's into everything and making a whole bunch of racket. I mean, if I wasn't recording, it wouldn't be as bad. I'd probably do it more if I'm not recording, but with recording, it's hard because then he's making a ton of noise. You can't hear me. Then I gotta yell at him. Then y'all hear me yell at my kids. And then I'll end up having to turn the camera off and go get him out of something, and yeah. Just easier to try to knock it out when he's at school or in bed. I mean, I sometimes come up if he's like really engrossed in a movie. I'll come up and cut some paper to get ready for like the next day. But I don't push it. Alrighty. It's gonna look awesome, if I do say so myself. And let's see, it's gonna be about we'll make it an inch away from the edge. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even tell you the measurements. This one was 8 inches by 8 inches. Scored it at 1/2 of an inch on 3 sides. And then that made it 7 inches by 7.5. So just make sure you score on 3 sides because it's 8 by 8, so you can't really mess up. It doesn't really matter which side you score on, but just make sure it's only 3. And that'll give you 7 by 7.5, and the 7 goes this way, and the 7.5 goes this way. A little decorative edge. So this is what happened. See, if I wasn't trying to get this done before I left, I wasn't trying to rush because my son was going to be getting home, this would probably be a little more like laxy-daisy. I wouldn't be rushing so much. I wouldn't be forgetting to tell y'all stuff. Alright, I have trouble getting the ruler to stay in place, so I'm just going to draw myself a line and adhere it down. Voila, pretty. And then I'm not going to adhere this just yet. Oh, wait a minute, I think I can. Because this one, yeah. Okay, my mistake. We can go ahead and adhere this one down. I put a belly band on this one to put another tag in, or a photo mat. But it doesn't go under this. I just attach it to the top of this. Whereas the one on the very first page went under the pattern paper because it was ribbon. This will make it just out of cardstock. Alrighty. That looks about even. Okay, what I didn't cut was a piece for here. So it needs to be 3 inches by 6 3/4. That's long enough that way. And then just corner chomp the edges. Yep, it's gonna look good. Now the only thing I am going to do is I'm going to get in here with some ink. Because you may have noticed, you may not have even noticed it, but when I slid it in here, you could see just a little bit of that tab. And with it not being covered, it stood out. Now it blends right in. Alrighty. Of course, you always got one little straggler there. I think I might need to sharpen my corner chomper. And for those of you that are new, or maybe not even new, you just might not know it, any of your punches, corner chompers, anything like that can be sharpened just by punching aluminum foil. And if you get the heavy duty aluminum foil, it just sharpens it a little bit quicker. There we go. Okay, that's going to be a pain. So I'm just going to take a little bit of ink. You can see, I can see like a big chunk of white right there. Where like I skinned the paper basically when I was cutting it. Alright, time. Alright, I've got like 15 minutes. Now we're going to create the belly band. Okay, so this is 1 1/8. Seven. Okay. Need to cut a piece at 1 1/8. By 7. And then 2. This is 1 5/8 by 5.5. You will see my madness soon. Now. Oh, great. All right. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, camera completely died. So I don't remember at what point I got to. I know I think we were just putting this in. This is a cutout. I fussy cut out of this page of cutouts. Now I'm going to apologize right now for this light that's like right here. I can't do anything about it. I have a window like right there, and it's afternoon time, and that's the sun coming in as it's going down on the other side of the house. So I'm sorry, I can't really do anything about it. I know it's horrible lighting, but I mean, it makes the page look weird, but it's not going to change what we're doing. Like, you'll sure be able to see what we're doing. I know it just makes the paper look ugly. And it's not graphic 45, it's not. This paper is beautiful, but just that light on it does not do justice. So, off camera, I did this so that it will line up with our point here. And it'll line up perfectly all the way across. And the way I did it was I took the piece of paper and I just lined up the very edge with that point, and I put the center edge right on that point. I have trouble holding it up like this to show y'all, but like, I centered it, flipped it over, and then cut it out. I drew a pencil line, and then, like, you can still kind of see the pencil lines. I went just a little bit to the outside of the pencil lines. So, just because, like I've said before, you can always cut more off, but you can't add it back on. So that's going to go straight across like that. And then this, this was cut to 5.5 by 1 5/8, and then again I used the deco on the green We Are Memories Keeper corner chomper, and then so that's going to go over it like that, and then this is going to lay on it like that. It's going to create a belly band, and then this is cut to 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4 of an inch, and that's just going to cover here. Another thing I did off camera is I took my spongy pooch and I got right in along this pocket the best I can. If you haven't added your pocket yet, sponge where your pocket's going to go, so that way you have your ink here, so when you lay your pattern paper down here, it's not like a bare craft look right there. Hope that makes sense. So, just gonna add this baby on. I was downstairs sitting with my kids and they were watching movies on TV. And I was, of course, on YouTube because that's where I spend any downtime. If the kids are watching TV and I'm sitting with them, I usually have YouTube up because we don't have normal TV here. So all we have is like our movies. So you can only watch the same kids' movies so many times before you're ready to just go insane. And my 4-year-old, he will literally wear a movie out, like to the point where you almost hate it because he'll just watch it so many times. So don't be surprised if he comes running up here too, because there's a good chance in that. But yeah, he'll watch a movie so many times that you just want to yank your hair out of your head. So I usually sit and watch some crafting videos, just because it's better than the same cartoons over and over. But anyways, I was just watching the craft challenge, the craft challenged husband and boyfriend tag, and kind of thinking of seeing if my husband would do it, because I'm really curious as to how he would do on those answers. But I was watching a couple of those. I stumbled across it on one of, it's actually our hostess Leah. Well, she's stepping down at the end of June, but or maybe it was at the beginning of June. I'm sorry, Leah, I don't remember which. But I watched hers, and like I commented, I told her, I was like, I don't think my husband would do even as good as hers did. But then I watched a couple other ones, and they were pretty interesting, pretty funny. It's funny to see how much they listen to us, you know. Because there's that picture of, what was it, like Ryan Gosling or whatever his name is, going around where he's like rubbing his eye. And he says, oh yeah, baby, I was listening. I just closed my eyes so I could envision your project better or something like that. And I laugh because I say that's my husband. Because the minute I start talking crafts, he just like stops listening. Okay, so I realized I didn't tell you anything of what I was just doing, but I just connected this with a piece of 1/4" score tape on this side, and then I ran a piece of 1/4" score tape right here, and then I put another piece right here in the point just to hold it down. And then this is just a half circle of craft cardstock, a half circle of, a little over a half circle of the craft. And then the pattern paper, layer them like we did on the very first page, attached with a piece of 1/8" score tape. Booyah. That's how that goes. And then this, I don't even begin to remember. So as long as I go between trying to make sure I won't go where this belly band isn't. And then I just ATG tape this and you just center this to the best of your ability. You know, when I say center to the best of your ability, if you want to try to make it as perfect as possible, you can always measure. I mean, there's no harm in measuring if you really want it to look the absolute best that you can get it. Absolutely no harm in measuring. I measure some stuff. That's what I love about the Tim Holtz ruler, with the how you can see through it, and it's got all the extra lines on it, and it's got the centering thing on the one side where it's a 0. I love that. I use it for a lot of stuff. Okay, so, and then I'm just going to try to get this on here the best I can. Voila. So now we have room for pockets here, or we have a pocket here for photo mats, and then we have a belly band here for an extra photo mat, and this will keep it from falling out of the bottom of your book. So there we go. I just wanted to finish this up real quick. I just laid the baby back down for his second nap of the day, which he usually doesn't take. He usually just lays there, drinks his bottle, and then he says, okay, I'm ready to get up. but it gave me a few minutes and my camera was charged, so I decided I would come in, finish this up real quick, and now I'm going to take it down and get it loading, put the two segments together and get it loading up on YouTube. So we created this one with the horrible lighting. Oh, sorry. But we created this one today, and we'll put a photo mat on here. We'll embellish some. We'll find something that goes with it. Maybe a chipboard piece or something, but I'm embellishing at the end because, like I said in a previous video, I want to get you all through the pages because you can embellish it any way you want. Like, you may not want to embellish it the same way I am. So you may just want to go on your own after the album's complete, and you may just want to embellish it whatever suits your desires or taste. You may just leave it like this. You may just like the very clean cut, no embellishments, just the paper, and that's perfectly fine. A lot of people are like that. I sometimes am like that. I add very little embellishment. I added very little embellishments to the other one that I made. It was actually more because I was trying to keep it masculine because it was for a memory book from my mother's late husband, but it's not wrong to not embellish. So don't feel like you have to like go crazy with embellishments because you really do not have to. There's a little piece of sliver of paper right there. It's driving me nuts. So, so that's why I'm just running through the bases of the pages, and I'll go back through and embellish later. Because at least if I get the pages done before I leave for the States next week, at least you guys will have the majority of the album done. So there we have it. That's what we've created today. So now we are 3 pages into our wonderful album. So we are halfway done with the pages, and then we just have the covers and spine and all that to make. So with that said, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue to stay tuned for what comes next. And with that said, have a great day. Bye-bye.